In the first two trading sessions after the Thanksgiving holiday break, we saw the S&P 500 experience more than 2% drawdown. And if you think that is overdone, wait until I tell you what the market is pricing in for tomorrow. 1 hour before the market open tomorrow, we'll get the latest GDP number. Then later at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Fed Chair Jay Powell will speak. Let's see how the market is pricing in for these two market-moving events. Here we see the first day after the Thanksgiving holiday, the S&P 500 came down and tagged the expected move lower range. Then on Tuesday, it actually dipped into this lower range. So right now, we're basically preparing the market to either come down and get a bounce back up, or will break this trend line and come down and possibly work itself down to fill this gap. Now, here's what the market is pricing in for tomorrow for the GDP and also for Chair Powell speech here. And right now, the market is pricing in at the low end. It's plus or minus $45 move on the S&P 500. And on the high end, it's a plus or minus $54 or $55 move. So you can see that is another 1% or a little bit more over 1% move, plus or minus. So that could be another stunning day if the GDP number disappointed the market, or Jay Powell slammed the door on all those people looking for a slowdown on the rate hike, or even looking for a pause or a pivot. And here's what the market is pricing in for the S&P 500. On the upside, the upper range is 4,010 and 4,002. And the lower range is between 3,912.60 or somewhere around there and 3,902.50. So those are the upper range and the lower range. If this market coming down, then look for this range to get tagged. And that is pretty much down here near this pivot low here. And if it breaks this lower range, then we could be looking at the market coming down to fill this gap. This is the last CPI gap here. But if it got a positive response, then we could look for the price to come back up to where it opened on Monday. And here are some of the price zones that we have for the S&P 500 previously. And as you can see, there is this zone in confluence with this lower range of the expected move for tomorrow. And that is somewhere around this 3906. So look for this area here. If the price is going to come down, don't be surprised that we're going to see this coming down into this zone. Switching over, looking at the SPY chart here, we see that the SPY came down to the lower range of the expected move between 395 and 392.50. And tomorrow, the market is pricing in at 400.70 and 399.90, or almost 400 on the upside, and on the downside is 390.60 or 389.50 on the downside. And as you can see, there is a verging point of control here in confluence with this lower expected move for tomorrow. So the price break, we could see it come down to this VPOG, and that would also tag the lower range of the expected move. Then if it breaks below this expected move, then we could see it come down to this gap area near the 385.64. And in addition to that, we also have a low volume node here right near at 388.55 from this composite volume profile here. So you could see that the price, there are a lot of confluence down here, and that's where the market is pricing in for a potential downside move. Now on the upside, we do have a little bit of a high volume node up here near the upper range. But if it moves up to the upper ranges, most likely we probably will come back and maybe fill the Monday gap. And just to put it in a little bit more of a context here, you can see that from this sentiment chart, we see the VIX is moving back up a little bit above this 20 level, and also the put-call ratio is back in the middle of this between the 0.75 and 1. And it was sitting at 0.85. So definitely the market participant or in a little bit more of a hedging mode and preparing for whatever Jay Powell might have to say that might create a little bit of a potential downside move here. And looking at Apple here, you can see Apple is certainly is not helping the Dow or the S&P 500. We're looking at a possible move up before it come back down, but you can see that even on Monday, it just start gapping down, and right now it moved below this weekly expected move lower range, and it appeared that it could be coming down and fill this gap and come down to this composite LVN here, and that it will certainly help push the S&P 500 down. So keep an eye on Apple tomorrow and see how that would react with the GDP number and also Jay Powell's speech. And also with Tesla, Tesla is not helping to hold up the S&P 500 either. It's starting to pull down and coming down to this HVN. And right now we could see Tesla might coming down to the lower range of the expected move and fill this gap here in the coming day. Now, if you are interested in looking at my analysis on the FANG stock, be sure to check out this post here on my Substack. And I will put the link in the description below, or you could just go to smtraderCA.substack.com. So get ready for tomorrow's GTP number at 8:30 Eastern Time AM. And here are the expectations. And then later on today at 1:30, Jay Powell will speak. So good luck, and be sure to smash that thumbs up to help promote this video. Thank you for watching and stay safe.